Okay, in this video I'm going to describe how to describe sample descriptions. Click on the icon and click on Sample Description Program. This brings up Microsoft Word. Click Start Sample Description Program and click on Start Sample Descriptions. This will bring up the file we made in the previous video, which is WildCat Sample Description Example and detailed sample description. You open that. And that then starts the program. We're going to do a sandstone description first. So you go up to click on Start and click Sandy Rocks. That'll bring up the sandstone description menu. And you go to sandstone and it's going to be 80%. Click on 80. Sandstone is a quartz arenite, so we'll click on quartz aranite. Next is the color menu, and we'll click on predominantly for the distribution. And then the shade is light, and the color is gray. Next we'll go to grain size, and here we'll select very fine grained. Then we'll go to the sphericity menu, and the grains are sub-spherical, so we'll select that. Then we'll select the rounding menu, and the sandstone grains are subangular, so we'll select subangular. Go to sorting. It's well sorted, so we'll select that. We'll go to grain contacts, and we'll select point to point. Next we'll select the texture menu, and we'll go to rock texture first, and here we'll select microsucrosic rock texture. Next we'll go to surface texture, and we'll select frosted. Then we'll select the cement menu, and we'll go to calcareous cemented. In the matrix menu, now there will be a trace silty matrix. Next we'll go to the accessories menu. We'll go to non-carbonate. We'll select a trace of carbonaceous specks. And then we'll select another accessory. We'll go to a trace. And this time we'll select feldspar. And one last accessory that we'll select. And it's also silty. Next we'll go to the induration menu, and we'll select friable. Then the structure menu, we'll go to micro, and it's blocky to subblocky. Then we'll select the porosity menu. There's no visible porosity in the sample, so we'll select that. And then the shows menu pops up, and we'll select no shows, as there's also no shows in the sample. Now we'll go to a new lithology, so we'll select new lithology menu, and then select new lithology description, and this time we'll select siltstone, so you go to silty rocks. siltstone menu comes up, and here we'll select 10%. Here the color is light to medium gray. So we select light to medium. Then we'll select the color gray. On texture now, we'll go to rock texture, and it's a microsucrosic rock texture. And next we will go to the cement menu. Where we'll select argillaceous and calcareous cemented. We'll go to the accessories menu, non-carbonate, and this will be a trace, carbonaceous specs. Then we'll go to the induration menu, where we will select firm. And next we'll go to the structure menu, and then the micro we'll select subblocky. Then we'll go to the new lithology menu again, and this time we'll select a limestone lithology. The limestone menu comes up, and we'll select 10% for the limestone description. Now for the color, we'll select the color menu, and it's modeled white to light gray. So we'll select the color white first, and we'll backspace the space and comma, put in a space and type 2. We'll go back to the color menu, and we'll select a shade of light, and then the color gray. Next we'll go to the luster menu, where we'll select vitreous, and again we'll add some here, so we'll put a cursor before luster, and we'll type in 2, and we'll just type in earthy luster. Next we'll go to the crystal size menu, and we'll select the cryptocrystalline to microcrystalline size. Okay, next we'll select the texture menu. And there's nothing there. Then we'll select the accessories menu. Non-carbonated abundance, we'll select rare. Argillaceous. Next we'll select abundant, and it'll be silt and sand. backspace out the space and the comma, put in space and type in N sand. Okay, next we will select from the action word list. Grading in part 2, and this will be grading part to sandstone. Then we'll select the induration menu, where we'll select brittle and type in 2 space, and then select the induration menu, select firm, brittle to firm. Next we'll select the structure menu. There's nothing there, so we'll then select the porosity menu. And there's limestone is tight, and there's no shows. Now that we've done all the descriptions, we will then select the cuttings quality menu. We'll select the bit type, which is a PDC, so we have PDC bit cuttings. We'll then select the quality of the sample, which is fair, and then we will select the size of the sample, which is predominantly small to medium cuttings. Then we'll select the rounding of the cuttings, which is sub-rounded to rounding cutting structure. And then we'll have some comments about the cuttings, and that the cuttings are broken into smaller pieces. And then we'll also mention the distribution over the shakers, and that there's good cuttings volume with even distribution over the shakers. So that's the end of the first description. So now we go to new interval menu, and we select new sample interval. This puts in a new interval for you, and you can then start the next description. So we'll start with a sandstone description again, and click on sandy rocks. And we'll click sandstone, and again it'll be 80%, but this time the description is the same, so we'll just repeat last sandstone description, and it copies the previous description and puts it down in the next description. So again, you would go to the new lithology description and would select clay rocks this time, and then shale. So we'll have shale 10% in this sample. It's going to be medium to dark gray. Select the color now, gray. Next, select the luster. And it's an earthy luster. Then accessories menu, and non-carbonate. So it's impart. Silty. Then accessories, we'll select the carbonate and calcareous. Next, we'll select accessories again. It'll be non-carbonate. It'll be trace, carbonaceous. Then we'll select the induration menu, and we'll select firm. And lastly, we'll select the structure menu, and we'll select micro, and blocky, and then sub-blocky. And that's the end of that description. So we'll go to the new lithology menu again, and here we'll select limestone again, and again we'll select 10%, and we'll repeat the last limestone description as nothing has changed. And it copies the previous description into the new description. We'll then select the cuttings quality menu, and we'll repeat the last cuttings quality description because again it's the same. Then we'll go to a new interval menu, and we'll just stop here, take a break. It puts in the new depth, and you just close and save, and click exit, and it'll close the program.